In this episode, we're talking about how to bring AI into your SEO and content strategy. If you think that AI is either going to replace content creators or do all the work for you, you're already losing. The truth is, AI isn't your competition, it's your leverage, but only if you know how to use it strategically. Most people are spinning content or stuffing keywords or letting AI flatten their voice. That's not strategy, that's just creating a lot of noise. In this episode, I'll share how you can bring AI into your SEO and into your content process without losing your originality, and how it can actually amplify your reach across search engines like Google, YouTube, and ChatGPT. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to automate, what to protect, and how to use AI the right way. Let's dive right in. Let's look at a couple myths about AI. AI is going to replace content creators, so you better automate everything now. Hopefully, you've gotten a sense that this isn't true. Maybe in the beginning, you had a fear like me that, oh wow, AI is amazing, do I have any place left? But very quickly, I've come to realize that there are times when I want advice or I want answers from AI, but there are other places where no matter how good AI is, it can never replace the real thing. If I want a quick answer about hiking trails nearby, maybe ChatGPT could give me some of those answers and give me a list of trails. But if ChatGPT has never been on that trail and never experienced how that trail compares to another, and if I don't know if ChatGPT is similar to me or not and knows what types of trails I like or not, compare that to a person that's been on the trail and I know whether I could resonate, and if I agree with the biases and opinions of this person, they can tell me why they liked it and why they didn't like it. So the people who are your ideal clients, when they need your help, they're looking for something deeper. They don't just want a quick answer, they want a real answer. And in those cases, guess what tools like ChatGPT are doing? They're recommending people. They're giving them YouTube videos of real people who can answer their questions in more depth. And what's exciting is we've figured out a way to get your YouTube videos ranking in ChatGPT. Using AI for SEO means spinning articles or stuffing keywords. It's kind of funny that this is believed now because this actually died for Google SEO about 15 years ago. Back then, you had to create a lot of spam on the internet to create authority around your website. You would do article spinning for article marketing and blog commenting and link wills. It was a lot of work, and often it didn't result in getting your website ranked at the top of Google. The answer in recent years is much easier. You can just create the right type of content on YouTube and it'll rank at the top of YouTube, but it also ranked at the top of Google. Okay, well, we've had ChatGPT for 2 or 3 years now, and how has this changed things? Well, the good news is all this effort we put into this YouTube strategy to rank at the top of YouTube and Google, it's automatically getting ranked in ChatGPT. You just have to create the right type of content on YouTube. Now, the most popular type of content, let's think of Mr. Beast. I subscribe to that channel. I really enjoy it. So we're talking viral, entertaining content. That's not the content that's being shown on ChatGPT. What's being shown there is educational content that ranks at the top of YouTube search and at the top of Google search. So from this point in the video, we could go in 2 different directions. We could talk about the strategy and how to get your content ranked at the top of YouTube, which therefore would rank in ChatGPT. But I've created other videos about that. I'm going to link to one right up here, and I recommend you watch that if you want to learn more about my Leaf strategy. So where I'm going to go for the rest of this episode is talking about how you can leverage AI to make this strategic content even better. Now, what you never want to do is let AI be your voice. You don't say, hey, ChatGPT, I want to make a video on this topic. Can you create my script for me? The result is going to be a whole bunch of generic advice that a lot of people share that's similar. It won't set you apart from anybody. It's going to make you blend in with everybody else. But if you just make a little shift and you let ChatGPT know who you are and what your biases are, and then you say, I need some talking points. What are some questions that my target audience might be asking me? What are different points of views that people have on this conversation that I can share why I have my biases? Be really creative and have a tool like ChatGPT come up with talking points and ideas that you can talk about. And you can look through this big list that ChatGPT creates for you, and you're going to turn that into a list of talking points for your video. Be selective. Pick the ones that you really want to respond to. Pick the ones that trigger stories that you can share, because you might read something that's 5 words long, and then you turn to the camera and you talk for 2 minutes. That way you're sharing your advice, you're sharing your opinions, your biases, your experiences, you're sharing stories that people can relate to, because because you've really had these experiences and how you've applied these concepts. And what you did there is you leveraged the creativity of this AI tool to help you bring out your expertise instead of just replacing your expertise or regurgitating the words that everyone else is saying. Does AI content rank as well as human content? Well, this is interesting. If we're talking about Google, Google created the AI overview in response to ChatGPT's success. What's really crazy is that ChatGPT is the first competitor to Google search. There's been a lot of other attempts, like Microsoft created Bing, there's Yahoo, there's been plenty of others, and none of them have been able to even compete whatsoever with Google search. If YouTube was a competitor, maybe we would call them that, but Google owns YouTube, so they're on the same team. But then in the last 2 or 3 years, ChatGPT has started to become popular, and it's causing a huge shift, not just in Google search, but in the entire marketing industry. Search engine optimization companies, pay-per-click companies, they're shifting their focus because ChatGPT is actually getting a lot of search traffic. I'm going to grab my computer because I actually want to show you something that's really cool. Okay, so I am signed in to the YouTube studio for the Nicolene Peck YouTube channel. She's a parenting expert. Pretty excited. We just crossed 80,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm going to go to an advanced analytics report. So if I go to advanced mode, this is a brand new updated display. They just launched this about 2 days ago. But I'm going to go to the traffic source report. Now take a look at this. YouTube search is super valuable. Okay, 28,000 views from YouTube search in the last month or the last 28 days. If I click on external, you'll see that the number one source of external traffic is Google search. So another 28,000 views from Google search. Now these numbers aren't huge, but this is brand new. And I don't know how long YouTube has been tracking this because I just saw this for the first time last week. But look at these 2 rows right here. We are getting YouTube views from ChatGPT and from this OpenAI ChatGPT. It's very cool that YouTube is giving us this data. We know that our videos are now being shown and recommended on ChatGPT. I want to teach you how we're doing this, how we're getting videos to rank at the top of YouTube search, Google search, and now starting to show up in ChatGPT. It's called the Leaf Strategy. I've created another episode where I take you step by step and show you how to do this. So this video right here, it's called Dominate YouTube Search Step by Step. Definitely go watch that video next.